Hey guys, Janice Vaughn, letting your light shine. Thank you all so much for all your likes, comments, subscribes. You guys are amazing. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. All right, so my last video, I told you that I kind of had an awakening, more so than I did the 15 or 20 times prior that I had, kicked the narcissist out, took him back due to manipulation, love bombing, the whole thing, right? So leading up to March 7th, 2022, when he was served in order of protection, he was part of a baseball club or baseball coaching volunteer thing that he did. I don't know, whatever it was. One of his other side jobs that he said he had. And there was something going on. I wasn't quite sure, but he was obsessive. I mean, obsessive about calling a certain person out on something that he did prior. And I remember a few days prior to this, I said, "What are you doing?" Like he was like all into his computer, and he was all into, printing this and printing that. And I remember hearing like banging and slamming and this and that. And I was just like, what is he possibly doing? Why is he so obsessive? And he's making phone calls, trying to get a private investigator, with what money, I don't know. Remember, no job. Trying to find out information on this person that he apparently wanted to use against him to get him off the coaching team, or I can't even remember the details. It was so insane. So I was trying to ignore some of it because, I was trying to work. Remember, we worked, or I lived and worked in the same place, very small space. And he was just obsessing, okay? So the day before, it must have been March 5th or March 6th. I think it was March 5th, because March 6th, I had gone out with my friend to play bingo. So March 5th, I went to bed, and I remember waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. And I just kept hearing my printer go and over and over and over and over. And I was just like, what is going on? And I remember walking out of the bedroom, and I remember going to my printer, because this is the printer I use for work, okay, for my clients. He doesn't have a job. He doesn't need to be printing, excessive amounts of paper and using ink to try and blackmail some person that he had a vendetta against, okay? Because with a narcissist, they have to win. Nobody can be better than them. Nobody can do better than them. Nobody can have more experience than them. So he felt threatened by this man, and he was trying to dig up dirt, so to speak, and turn it against him. For whatever reason, I still to this day have no idea, okay? So I walk out, and I hear the printer just going and going, and it was going so much that it woke me up. So I walk out, and I open the damn printer. It's a Brother, and it's a laser printer, because I print a lot. And so I open the door, I pull out the freaking TN660 cartridge, and I take it in the bedroom, and I said, "Stop using my printer." And I shut the door. That's all I said. Because I don't know what he was doing, but I knew that he was obsessing about something and trying to get some information. And I was pissed. I was freaking livid, because I'm like, dude, I'm trying to sleep. I get up at 5 a.m. You are doing nothing but just, trying to plot against somebody that I don't even know the guy, but why are you doing that? Why? Just let things be. I mean, if you're threatened by this dude, so what? Move on with your life, right? So I remember that incident. And then later I did find like stacks and stacks and stacks of paper and sticky notes, because, the narcissist will take notes about everybody's bad behavior. And I found this after the fact that he was gone, but I'll get to that in a future story. And I just knew at that point, and I could see the rage in this man's eyes. Like, I could totally see the rage in his eyes. And I was like, to have that much hatred towards somebody scared the living shit out of me. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. The narcissist raged a lot, but seeing the eyes, the way that they were, really freaked me out. And I remember getting back into bed after I put the printer cartridge away in my drawer, and I thought, he's getting dangerous. I did not feel safe. I didn't feel safe at that point. I thought, my God, he is doing this to this man. He's going to do it to me. And I remember laying in bed that night, and I remember just really processing this. And again, it's 2:00 in the morning, and I just thought to myself, no more. I cannot do this. You've got to do something, and you need to do it now, because I was really starting to get panicked. So, the next day I called my girlfriend and I said, hey, what are you doing tonight? And, she goes, nothing. And I go, do you want to go to bingo? Because I love bingo. Bingo's fun. And it's kind of like my Zen moment. I can just sit there and stare at a machine and hope to win $75,000 at the casino. So she says, yeah, let's go to bingo. And I said, awesome. So I told the narcissist that I was going out with my girlfriend that night. And he said to me, he goes, oh, you don't want me to go to bingo with you? And I said, nope. I said, I need time with my girlfriend. And of course, that was another whole story about, because this was my girlfriend that he couldn't stand. Oh, well, he didn't like any of my friends, remember? And so I just said, whatever. So we planned on going to bingo the next night, which was March 6th. So March 6th comes around, and the whole day leading up to that, I remember working because it was a Sunday, and I did some work on Sunday because I have a lot of quiet time. So I was doing some work, and I just kept thinking, what the hell was he doing? I was trying to process the anger towards trying to blackmail this poor man that I knew nothing about. But I just thought, it just freaked me out, totally freaked me out. And so my girlfriend and I go to bingo, and we left about 4, and I think I got home at 10:30. Okay. Get home at 10:30. And the second I walk in the freaking door, oh my gosh, you can cut the tension with a knife. I could feel the energy. It was thick. It was full of anger. It was full of hate. It felt really, really bad. And I just said, okay, you need to just go and just kind of be by yourself tonight. And prior to getting home during our whole bingo session, my girlfriend and I had shared with her some of what was going on. And, the whole time she said, Janice, I've been telling you this for 6 years. You got to get away from this man. He's crazy. He's freaking crazy. And I'm like, I know, girl, I know. And so I had shared with her some of the stuff that he was doing and the constant online searching. He was looking at Facebook. He was looking at Twitter. He was looking at, I don't know what he was looking at. But every time I would walk by his laptop, he had something up on this poor man. And I was like, oh my God, what is he doing? And she said the same thing to me. She goes, Janice, he's going to do that to you. He's going to try and blackmail you. He's going to try and find something on you. And I'm sitting here going, well, let him. What's he going to find on me? Seriously? Please. And so I get home, I go to bed. Of course, he starts in on me. And he was pissed because I had gone and I had a good time with my girlfriend. And I go to the bedroom with my headphones, and he comes in. And I was not going to get any bit of upset with this man. I just honestly, I was praying to God. I was like, God, just please, 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 just let this man leave. He wouldn't leave the bedroom. So I finally say, you need to please leave. So I go to shut the door. Okay. I go to shut the door, and the way the door shuts, so bedroom door opens this way, okay, to the bedroom. And then my arm is here. So I'm pushing him away. Not pushing him, but just kind of gently pushing him away as if to say, listen, I'm going to bed. So I go like that. So instead of walking away, what does he do? He pulls the door as if to slam the door, but my arm's in the way. So I have this ginormous, huge bruise. It was that big. Oop, I just poked myself in the eye. That was great. So I get this huge bruise on my arm, and I go back to the bedroom Well, I didn't see the bruise the next day, but I knew that it was going to bruise. So I go back to the bedroom, I get my phone, and I text my girlfriend, and I said, game on, it's time, it's time, it's time. Because although he didn't physically touch me with his hand, he used a door. And I knew, because I'm just a person that bruises easy, but to have a bruise that big. So I told her, I said, game on, girlfriend. And she knew exactly what that meant. So the next morning, I told her that I needed her to meet me at the courthouse at 8 o'clock because I was getting an order of protection. And I did. So I wake up the next morning, and of course the narcissist is there before I leave at 8 o'clock, and I called my girlfriend and I said, hey, I'll meet you a little bit later. I've got a trust signing this morning at 8:30 that I have to be at. And I said that for a reason. I wanted the narcissist to hear that I was going to do a trust signing, and those could take a while. And I wanted him to hear that because I didn't want him to think that I was just going to go to the courthouse and get an order of protection. I don't think he realized that that was my game plan, but I said that because I wanted to, kind of distract what I was really doing. So that day I went to the courthouse and I got an order of protection, and the judge called my case, and I don't even think she talked to me for more than 3 minutes. I told her exactly what happened. I lifted my arm because that morning it had already started and it was getting really, really red and really black. And she said, granted. I said, all right, thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that. All right, then the fun begins after here, guys. All right, so stay tuned for what happens next. Thanks, guys.